Hey guys, what's up everyone? How are you guys doing? And I want to say welcome back to my video, and I want to say thank you so much to all of you that come and watch me and comment. It really helps me to know who watches, and just really cool to interact with you guys as well and get to know you guys. So yeah, thank you so much again. And so for today, just one finished object and a kind of current whip, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, so my very first finished object is the lovey, and you've seen me make this once before. I made it last year for my niece, my husband's brother's daughter. So, and hers was in a lavender color and the white as well. You know, hers was the lavender and the white trim, and so this one is for a little baby boy at our church. And so I made a blue one, and I think I did a better job at sewing the arms and the head to it. It's a minor thing for the last one, but I think I did a better job for it. And it's funny, the head shape for the rabbit this time didn't come out as round as the other one, and as the pattern. I think it's because the increase rounds, or the parts of the increase, I kind of didn't follow exactly directions. Like if it was increase first and then a number of stitches, I did it the number of stitches, the number of single crochets first and then the increase, because I wanted to stagger it, or at least I can't remember what was my thinking behind that, because there are reasons why you want to alternate the increases and not always have the increases at the beginning of your new round. So anyway, so mine came out a little bit more, I don't know what you call the shape, a little bit more like it goes out the sides, and it's not perfectly round like my previous one. So anyway, it came out fine. You know, obviously the head shape is just slightly different. It's not as perfectly round as the other one, but I think it's cute too this way. And then definitely getting better at embroidering the sleepy eyes and stuff. So yeah, so this is my finished object for this time, and that's pretty much all I have as far as that goes. But then I haven't been working on my what I call sand dollar crochet bag. The motif that I use, the square motif that I use, it reminds me of a sand dollar. Or not, actually, sorry, it's not square, it's a hexagon motif. But I haven't really been working on that one as of late. But the project I started now is a rose bouquet, and the pattern is by Krista at The Secret Yarnery. I chose hers because hers, what she designed is that the flowers are removable and washable, versus, like, I guess if you were to make a bouquet or rose or flowers in general with floral wire, then you won't really be able to wash it, because it's attached to the floral wire. But I do plan on, as soon as I'm able to get some floral wire, I'm going to make some different kinds of flowers. And I originally wanted to make, I can't remember what flower it was, maybe sunflower or even carnations, but I thought I'd just go with this one first that I saw from Krista. And so I have two made up so far, and here they are. So this is the small one according to her pattern, which is 30 chains, and then I made a medium size one. She only has a small and a large. The small is 30 chains, and the large, I think, was 60 something chains. I can't remember the exact amount of chains. But I wanted a medium size as well, and I figured out with a multiple of 3 I can get the correct amount of chains. And so this one, now I can't remember what I chained. I think it was like 40 something. I can't remember how many, 40 something chains. So this one's 30 and this one's 40 something. And so it's just slightly bigger. And then I'll make the larger one. And then when I make, maybe make one in white as well, or if I can find pink. I think I have some pink cotton. If I can find my pink cotton, then I'll make some into pink. And so this one is the Paris drops from my Wool Warehouse haul in my last video. This is the color cherry, and it is not very bright. It's not a very bright red, so but I don't have any bright red. So anyway, so I'm gonna figure out how many I'm gonna make of this. I don't know how many I'm gonna make just yet. And her pattern uses, she actually uses knitting needles, and she got these like knitting needles that have this little, like a little nub on top. Not your standard metal stopper kind of a thing on the knitting needle, but that one I don't know what it's made of, but it looks like a very cheap, like a plastic or something. And she said, so she kind of sticks that knitting needle right down the middle, and that would be basically the, I guess, stem. And then you would just, once you have all the ones that you made and you have them all stuck with the knitting needles, then you would just put them in a vase, and there's your bouquet. And then she gave an alternate, which is using bamboo skewers, and that I have. And then I just need to go through my old jewelry and find some beads to hot glue it. She used buttons to hot glue. I don't really have any buttons, so I'm gonna use some beads and hot glue it to the bamboo skewer and then stick them down the middle. So that's my current whip and my plan. And if I had done better planning, I would have made a whole bunch of these and made some bouquets and maybe try and sell some for Mother's Day coming up this Sunday, right? And but I definitely need to do better at some planning of projects, especially if I want to make some stuff to sell. So anyway, but you know, I'll figure out, maybe I'll, you know, use that as a kind of display here in our apartment, and then also just kind of just to put out there the things that I make. And so that's what I have as far as crochet goes for this week. But so nothing major, but yeah. And so I just wanted to go on and just share some other things. I found this really amazing video and channel, really. This one particular video just popped up in my recommended on YouTube, and the name of the channel is called Projectarian. And the video, I'll put a link up so you can go check it out. But the actual name of the video is called How to Amigurumi with Fur and Needle Felting. And the pattern which she sells is called oh, what is it called now? Atlas the Lion Cub. And so what she ends up doing with this, she makes the lion cub, and that in itself is amazing. It's a very, very nice, like, big sized lion cub. And then she uses the technique of needle felting, and then also almost kind of like a latch hook, like you're making a latch hook rug. She puts in strands of yarn and then brushes it out, and it comes out like looking like fur. And then she needle felts the muzzle and the face of the lion cub, and it turns out amazing. Just like, wow. I mean, I watched pretty much the whole thing, the video, and watched the process, and it's just really amazing. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of hours it took that went into it, but I mean, the resulting finished project is just wow, like amazing. So definitely just absolutely gorgeous. And so I'll just put a picture right up there for you to see what it looks like, and the link in the description so you can go check out the video yourself. And it's just really neat too to incorporate other techniques like needle felting with, you know, this is all using like yarn or, you know, fiber, right? And then also just taking the regular yarn and then brushing it out and turning it into fur. So I mean, so I guess that is one way of creating a furry plushie, a soft toy, without using fur yarn. But of course, I think this process of making fur is much more tedious. But then also on the flip side, it also gives you so much more control color-wise and design-wise, you know, because she makes it into, you know, stripes. She turns her cub, you know, her crocheted finished work, and then is able to make like fur stripes on it. You know, I mean, obviously you can do the striping on the when you're actually crocheting it yourself, but I mean, I think the resulting look of it comes out just 10 times better. And then of course, if you were to use fur yarn, I mean, I guess you could do it. I don't know. I just think you have way more control of the finished look of it when you are basically hooking the yarn in through each stitch and then brushing it out. So anyway, I'd like to try it. I just don't know when I would get around to doing it, but this is definitely going on my list of things to try. And not necessarily the particular pattern. It is quite a large one, and I don't think I would be taking on that because I know that would last a very long time. It would be a very long time before I actually get to the finished product. So yeah, I just had to share it. When I saw this, I was like amazed. I was like, wow, you know, I should be getting a prize in soon. I had recently just won Gina at Knitting Turnpike's giveaway, most recent giveaway, and I won a beautiful ruby red cake of yarn. And it is, I can't remember, I don't think it was 100% cotton, but it is a cotton blend, I think, and it is a super fine weight, right? I think it's a fingering weight, and which for me, I like fingering weights. And you know, fingering weights, you don't really see them or are able to get them at like Joann's and Hobby Lobby and stuff. There isn't much variety for that. And so yeah, I'm excited. So I should be getting that in a few days, and then I will do a showing of that. But yeah, I don't have that in my hands right now, and I just thought I'd share that. I was just so excited. This is my first time winning from Gina. As far as yarn, I have won one time before. That was last year, and I won I think, was it a necklace? I think a copper necklace, and I paid it forward to someone else. So I've been entering all of Gina's giveaways with cake yarns because, and I've really been wanting yarn arts cake, because yarn art cakes are like, they're like a gradient, and they're just gorgeous, and I really wanted one of those. So I still have yet to win one of those, and she gives one away just about every giveaway she has. She always gives one of those away. But I am very, very happy to get this ruby red fingering weight cake that I won. So I will probably turn that into either a top or a shawl. Yeah, so far that's kind of my go-to projects for fingering weight when it comes to that. There are some fingering weight soft toys that I have seen, not too many. So I'm not quite too sure what else I would make with fingering weight. Actually, you know what? I think I probably would use that to make earrings or something like that with. So but for that, I guess, so I probably could use that if I end up with any scraps from that cake after making either a shawl or a top. I can always use that to make some earrings with. So yeah, so that's my plan, and so we'll see when I do get around to that. Oh, and I forgot, I actually did start something else, a gnome. It's a gnome caddy. I'll just put a picture of what it's supposed to look like here, and so that's pretty much it. Nothing much else going on with me. It's just the the usual stuff going on with us here, church things that we got going on. So, and I've got my garden. I've been doing a little bit more of with my garden. I just started. I grew some what is it called? Purple opal basil seeds, and it is really good, really pretty purple. I get my seeds from Baker Creek heirloom seeds. If you happen to be a gardener, if you want some flowers or vegetables, I recommend them. They have such amazing variety, and they usually include a free pack of seeds with your order. And the dark purple opal basil is one of the free seeds that I got, and I'm really glad they included that, because I don't really use basil that much, but I definitely will be starting to, not necessarily cooking, but I will be making teas out of that. If you've never tried basil tea, you should definitely try it. I'm sure even with the Genovese basil, the green ones, it's the more common one used in like pesto sauce and things like that. You can use that for tea as well. But I made some tea with that purple one. It is really good, and I've been reading up on that, and it has a lot of health benefits as well. I can't remember exactly what it is, but if you just do some research yourself, there are definitely benefits to drinking the tea, and of course using it in your culinary cooking and all that. But so I will, if you don't already know, I'm very more into I guess herbs and the benefits of herbs and the plants, and so I'm trying to kind of stock up and build up my I don't know what you call it, I guess medicinal herbs and plants and things like that. So I've been trying to grow echinacea, but I have not been successful with that, and I'm going to keep trying. So that's on my list of medicinal plants that I like to have in my garden. Calendula flowers, that's really great for skin, and I also read that it is good for internal to drink as well. And so I have that, and so I've got the basil, and there are other things that I want to, there's so many that I want to have on hand. Oh, and I just actually bought catnip seeds, not only for my cats, I want to try and see how they once it gets going, but also for us as well, to drink, because there are some benefits as well for that, to drink medicinally for us humans. But so yeah, I got it for us and for the kitties, and so I have them. I actually just sprouted some seeds, so we'll see how that goes. I already got some sprouted, and just gotta see. I don't remember how long it takes to grow and be ready to harvest, but so that's what I have. Yeah. And oh, and speaking of the kitties, I thought I'd just share. It's this was from, gosh, when they were only this was, I think, in December, so they were probably only 2 months old, and they were so small. They were probably like just this tiny, easily hold them with my hand. And from the very beginning, we had started trimming their nails, and it was a really good thing we did, because I was sitting out in the living area, or our little living/dining area. That's how small our apartment is. And I think he was watching YouTube or whatever, and just sitting out there, and it was just me, and the kitties were playing, and I wasn't really, keeping an eye on them. I wasn't really watching what they were doing. And there, all of a sudden, I heard yelping and crying really loud, and I turned to my left, and there was one of the girls, it was Hazelnut, and she had a fishing hook stuck in her, I guess, like, I don't know what you call it, her upper lip. Oh my gosh, I did not even think we needed to put that away or take the hook off the fishing hook, a fishing rod and stuff. We had it sitting right next to us, and we had known they had been playing with it, or they've been trying to, like, they were like bad at it and stuff like that, and for whatever reason it didn't even cross our mind that we ought to remove the hook or put that somewhere else out of reach from them. But anyway, so oh my gosh, so she's like, she climbed up onto whatever was there close to where the fishing hook was, and I guess just took a bite and got hooked on it. So I screamed for my husband, help, and I grabbed her, and I grabbed the fishing hook, the fishing rod, and I grabbed her and holding her, so that it doesn't, and she's, of course, writhing and wriggling, trying to get, pull away from the fishing rod, and trying to pull away from, like, as if, thinking that she could get it out or whatever. So I'm holding her, and she's like struggling and fighting me, to get away, because this thing is stuck in her mouth. And so thankfully my husband came running, and he snipped the line, and then so I'm holding her, and I'm not letting go, and thankfully, because we trimmed their nails, she was scratching me, but not to the degree you would, if you think of if her nails were fully untrimmed, how sharp. I mean, my goodness, my arm would have been so totally bloodied. But because they were trimmed, that I had marks, I had these long red marks, but thankfully they did not draw blood, and it like scratched the surface, but it didn't scratch it to the point where it drew blood. And so I was so thankful, but I did not let go, and I just held on to her for dear life. And so thankfully, I just got her on the ground, and he snipped it off, and then he used this, thankfully he had the tools he needed, and he had a thing, I don't know what you call it, I guess a wire cutter, and that thing was strong enough to clip the ends off, so both the ends. So then all she had left was just the one part that was hooked into her, and then he was able to use that to grip it, and then use I guess needle nose pliers to pull it out. And oh man, wow, like, oh, that was an adrenaline rushing moment there and situation. And thankfully, after he pulled it out, there was no blood coming out from her, like her upper lip, and like when you took it out, you couldn't even see the hole. I mean, like, I knew pretty much where it was, and I could see like it looked like a hole, or I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a hole, but it was like it blended in like with her, like, because it was right by her whiskers area, so it totally like blended in with that area where the whiskers are. And even till now, like, I would never be able to tell. There was no blood, nothing, thankfully. And I think I did a search on what I could put on it to, kind of like sanitize it, and I can't remember what it was. I think just some regular salt water, because I was thinking Neosporin or something like that. And I did a research, and it was recommended you don't use that, and some other things. And I was just trying to see what else, and I found just plain salt water was good enough. And so so that's what I did. I got some water and salt, mixed it in, and dabbed a tissue and just dabbed it on that area. And thankfully we didn't have any issues with that spot that had the fishing hook through it. So yeah, what a situation that we had. But yeah, I'm so thankful that we had that, the nails clipped, because man, my arm, my hands. It would have been so bad. So that's our crazy cat story. And yeah. And then a funny thing too, I hope you guys don't mind the kitty stories, but I just have to include a quick clip. It's less than a minute long of two of the kitties. It was Walnut and Chestnut. Walnut's the boy, Chestnut's the girl, and I'll edit it too where you can see who's who. And it was so funny. They were fighting in a box. The box was just sitting on a chair, and the two of them jumped in. They were fighting, and it's just so funny. It's just they're just so entertaining. Having kittens, and they're a lot of work being kittens and all that, but they are so also very entertaining. And yeah, I never had more than one cat before. I've only had a cat once, and it was only just the one. So it's a totally different experience having more than one cat in the house. But it definitely helps, for them to keep themselves entertained and things like that, and keeping us entertained as well, for sure. So yeah, so I'm just going to include that right here. So that's what I wanted to share for this week, this video, and I will leave you with this joke. I haven't done jokes in a while, but I will leave you with this one. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. But bump. So anyway, I always like to share and leave you guys with a laugh. So, and I hope you enjoyed this video and my makes, and feel free to share with me if you guys ever want to share with me your makes, like if you're not a content creator and you just want to share with me what you've made, feel free. My email is in the description, and feel free to send me them, and maybe I will do some show and tells if I get enough. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Alrighty guys, God bless, and see you next time. Bye.